Hello and welcome to the Muppets Mayhem Backstage Pass, the unofficial companion podcast to the Muppets Mayhem, presented by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we tour through every episode of the Muppets Mayhem to uncover behind-the-scenes stories, Easter eggs, and more with the talented cast and crew who helped put the series together. I'm your host, dedicated Mayhead Joe Hennis. Today, we are talking about Track 2, True Colors, in which Janice is revealed as a human lie detector and Animal gets a pet goat. This week, we're bringing back a couple return guests and one first-timer. First up, he's co-creator and executive producer of Muppets Mayhem. Please welcome Jeff Yorks back to the podcast. Hello, Jeff.
Hello,
Bravo.
Thank you for having me
Bravo.
back. I didn't think
you're back.
Bravo.
Next up, he's another co-creator and executive producer, as well as the talented performer for the one and only Dr. Teeth. Please welcome Bill Beretta back to the podcast. Hey, Bill.
Hello. Hi. How are you? Nice to see you. How are you?
Nice to see you as well. Looking great. Our final guest is an actor best known for his roles on Smart Guy, Full House, and Kim Possible. On Muppets Mayhem, he performs the original Mayhead Moog. Please welcome Tahj Mowry to the podcast. Hey, Tahj.
Hello.
Woo!
Mayhem for life, baby. Mayhem for life.
Hashtag.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have so
Yeah.
much to ask you about Moog, but first of all, I have to tell you, please don't tell the other human cast members, but Moog is my favorite. I love Moog. I love everything about Moog.
Your secret is safe with me. Your secret is safe with me.
I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong, but Moog is such a fan, but like not in a creepy or weird way, which is what I hope that I am when it comes to Muppets. No, Bill is shaking his head. No, I'm not.
No.
Okay, well,
Aww.
I try to live up to the example that
There's
is
nobody
Moog.
like Tahj.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. Nobody like Tahj.
Well, I very much appreciate what you bring to the table as a fanatic,
Thank you
as
so
a
much.
Mayhead. So let's start at the beginning. Can you tell us what the audition process was like for you coming onto the show?
Yeah, the audition process, it was very fast. I put myself on tape and then I met with them shortly after that with the gang and we read it again and everyone was just so delightful and awesome and that was it. It was really fast. And yeah, just from the beginning I knew it was something I wanted to be a part of. And Jeff and Bill and Michael, they were just so warm. It was one of the warmest sort of testing Zoom processes I've ever been a part of. It didn't feel like it was a test or I was there were no nerves because it was just so calm and everyone was so delightful. So I enjoyed it. But yeah, it was pretty fast. And then we got into I think it was about a couple months of the table reads. So yeah, it was very, very quick.
We were delighted to meet you. Truly.
That's what the tone was. It was his energy
Yeah.
that made us feel good about being there and watching him do this audition in the most absurd situation on a Zoom call. For that kind of energy to come through, I think when he was off, we were all like, who else is there?
Yeah.
I think we were really we kind of all felt it, right, Jeff?
Yeah. And I don't know if it comes across in the show, but Tahj is just such bright energy.
Oh my God.
I think it does come across in the show.
Yeah, you're being sarcastic. Yes,
yeah. It's just the best. I mean, and we're all sitting there. I think I'm trying to remember if you did a read with Bill, or you did your reading and our cameras are off, but we're on just the other side, just smiling with and for you and like you, really, like you just make a room brighter,
Thank you, Jeff.
So good. It's a shame we couldn't use a lot of your stuff in the show.
Right, I know.
But the audition
hey,
was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun part.
So I know that normally, if someone's going to audition to work on a Muppet project, pre-COVID, there would be some tests to see, like, how do you work with the puppets? Like, can you work with a puppet? Can you look at the puppet in the eye and not look at the person who's below them? But since I assume that most of this was done virtually over Zoom, what was it like being on set or being in the room, whatever room it was, with the puppets for the first time? Was there any kind of learning curve for you?
Well, actually, it's funny because the episode True Colors was that first scene that you see me in was my first scene that I shot.
Oh.
And I was so overwhelmed. Because I didn't have any like chemistry read or anything. I didn't, meet the Muppets beforehand. I was just like, today's the first day at work. Here we go. Like, and I step on set, and we're 4 feet high. There's animal coming down from the ceiling, and I'm just like, oh my god. What are my lines? Like, it was very overwhelming, but it quickly, this is one of those roles that, I keep saying, of course I was acting like I'm not Moog, but parts of Moog I felt, like on being there with these iconic characters that I grew up watching. So it was easy to sort of step into that. And I think I was able to use some of my overwhelmed energy to my advantage to sort of, I sort of put that into Moog. So it helped me, but I was overwhelmed.
I believe it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as learning curve goes, I'd say the hardest thing for me was to learn to not look where the voice is coming from, right? Because like our Muppet performers are lower, so your eye tends to go where you hear the voice coming from. But I had to sort of remember, like, I need to look at the puppet here. And so that was the only sort of learning curve. And then also getting used to the monitors that you're surrounded by, because you don't normally get to see yourself while you're doing a scene. So that was a little weird. I'm like, all right, is my shirt bit? Like you're like looking like it's but it was very, the joy on set, and just the I was nerding out. Let's be real. Like I quickly just jumped right in and was able to just go with the flow and enjoy the experience. And it was just so fun.
That's great. Yeah. You've talked before in interviews about being a big Muppet fan before starting up on this show, and your co-stars a little bit less so. Did you feel any responsibility to kind of bring them up to speed and like get them as like, geeking out at the same level as you?
I think no, I know, because it's very easy to geek out over them. Like for someone like Lily, she wasn't really. I mean, she didn't know really. Lily didn't even know a lot of the songs in the show, so we
Really?
just the regular song.
Lily, don't you know who this guest star is? Like, right. Come on.
Which is so good for the character too.
Right,
like,
which is really
perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't have to. No, you can't help but fan out when you finally are on set, and you just instantly begin to love them instantly. So I didn't have to do anything to tell her. She just fell in love on her own. But yeah, it was nice to see her growth and her love grow for the Muppets while we were shooting.
That's lovely. I love that. You were really active throughout the 90s as a young actor, around the same time as a lot of big Muppet productions, even at like the same networks as well. Did you ever cross paths with the Muppets in those years, or at all with the Muppets before Muppets Mayhem?
Never. And it's funny because I've done a lot of Disney things in my day, and I think it was just all leading up to this moment. And I think, again, for Moog, he has that energy of like anytime he's around them, he's still not used to it. Like he's really just around, like he's just so excited. And again, I was able to use that for the character. And I'm kind of glad that I hadn't met any of them before, because it was that much cooler for me to experience it all kind of in real time with Moog.
Awesome.
Yeah, other thing is we did a Kim Possible together.
Oh, that's right. Yes. But that's not Muppets.
It. That's not Muppets.
What were you, Bill?
I was a bad guy. I was what the hell was his name? Jackie, I think Jackie the Jackal or something like that. I was like the bad guy. It was a wrestling. Voiceover? Yeah, I did the voice for a character in the Kim Possible. Yeah.
You've done work outside of the Muppets? Shocking to me.
Here and there.
I also have to know, we got to talk about these t-shirts, because Moog gets the best shirts to wear. You people can't see you right now, but you are wearing a Dr. Teeth and logo T-shirt at the moment. You got the best wardrobe, like stuff that I was hoping would be available because I wanted to wear those shirts myself. You got to keep a few of them, I assume.
Oh yes, I made sure I kept a few of them. You best believe that my last day on set, I was in that wardrobe trailer, like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. This is my favorite one that Moog wore because you can't see it, but it's got like this like old vintagey like, and it's so cool because they made all these like for Moog, you know? And so I was like, this is so dope. And every day on set, you know, I walk into my trailer and I'm excited to see what shirt Moog is wearing that day. And in my phone, I have a Muppets folder of literally, I took a selfie of like every shirt that I wore. And it's just, it was so cool for me because, you know, there's nothing quite like a band tee, you know, like just a vintage, comfortable flowing band tee that you could wear with anything. And now I have multiple of them and it's awesome.
That's great. And they fit you. They have to fit you. They're costumes. Yeah.
When we were going back and forth with our costume designer, she would send samples of stuff and I would always respond, yes. And I'm a size large.
Yeah.
Yep.
And by the end, she just gave me a big stack of them. And I was just like,
yeah. On
jealous.
set, there were many crew members every single day would be like, what's the shirt today, Tahj? What's the shirt today? So it was cool. It was cool.
That's great. This might be more of a question for Jeff, but where does the name Moog come from?
It's a great question. I mean, we have a
wasn't it the amp?
What? The synthesizer. The
synthesizer,
Moog
I mean.
Synthesizer. So that's
what I was
also
going to ask.
funny,
yeah.
Because it's commonly referred to as a Moog, which is apparently the not the correct pronunciation. We like the idea of it being a musical, something music related, but it's also hilarious that it's constantly, you know, mispronounced and not necessarily known, and also kind of nerdy, but that just fit Moog.
Yeah.
And you know, and then we have sort of further back from that where it truly comes from. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll find out.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe we can't say it now. Yeah,
we can't. We're on strike.
Yeah.
So
this might be a season 2 thing. Okay.
But
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I mentioned this. I mentioned this once before, but you know, Moog was vaguely based on me as just a fan and overzealous and stuff like that.
Vaguely.
Well, come on.
Come on, Jeff.
It was almost disappointing because when we would read stuff in the room, like it was understood. Bill would read the Muppets and I would read Moog, and then all of a sudden Tahj shows up and I'm replaced. But it was always funny because they were just like, can we make writing it? Can we make Moog, you know, a little cooler, a little more attractive, a little more and then Tahj shows up. They're like, we got it. You guys got it. I'm like, oh.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into this episode. In the cold open, the band is in the van, and we got our first Easter egg right off the bat. They're driving past a billboard for Doc Hopper's Frog Legs.
I made that.
That was digital, I assume.
Yes, but I made it. I recreated it.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to use the original or something, right? Wasn't it something like that, Jeff? We couldn't actually use the original one for some reason, and then you created like
So I made it and in Photoshop and Illustrator, and so it wasn't likeness and all that stuff, but it's behind trees. Basically, what it was, we had to remove the signage, and I was like, okay, well, if you have to remove it, you can replace it with anything, right?
Yeah.
I guess so. I was like, okay, here's a pack of 16 different sign things we could use or not use, and they're throughout the show. But anyway,
great. Yeah. So now you've raised a lot of questions about, you know, Doc Hopper's still being in business after all these years.
A good point.
Well, yeah, it could be. We actually said, could it be like the grandson or the great grandson? Right. It's a lineage thing. They're still around.
All right. Season 2, we'll meet that grandson. Not to give you ideas, but I'm giving you ideas. Animal has made Nora a mixtape. The tape, of course, is completely unspooled. And of course, and also no one has a cassette player anymore. Although I assume there's probably one in the van.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think Floyd puts a tape in for when they're banging their heads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that
the basement too? There definitely is a cassette player in the basement.
Yeah, that's fair. So Animal also offers Nora mayonnaise, a ladle, a pitchfork, a peacock, a flipper, a bib, the baseball diamond. That's a great Easter egg. And surgery. And he's dressed as a surgeon. He has scalpels in both hands. The most terrifying thing that is in this entire season.
I'd like to take credit for surgery. Yeah. I think I did say surgery. Was that me, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so. I was baseball diamond.
I said surgery. Yeah, you were definitely baseball diamond.
We know you were baseball diamond, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that. A lot of fun. Okay, so we catch up with the band at the shack. We've left on a huge cliffhanger, a literal cliffhanger in the previous episode, and we've gotten through it off screen. That feels like a bit of a cheat, but I think you probably just need to get the story to move on, right?
Yeah.
But it's a nice way to include Moog and sort of give a natural-ish way for him to be there in the opening. That he rescued him. And
it's true.
How he did it, and explains a lot about his
It's why
character.
I keep a winch and pulley system on my Jeep.
Exactly.
It's just for that reason.
Totally. And he's respooling the cassette. So it's playing.
Yeah, which is one of those things where like you definitely can tell the age of someone if they know what he's doing with the pencil and a cassette.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like a little bit younger than me, and maybe people would be like, "What is he like? He's got a pencil with a." I don't understand.
I think I'm right on the cutoff of that. I remember Banner, our prop guy, was like, "You know how to do this, right?" I'm like, "I got you."
Banner, he's great.
My first cassette tape ever was Vanilla Ice. I got you.
Oh my God, great.
Yeah, oh shoot, what was I gonna say? That hold, that beat where he says where Moog says about his pulley system, and we just hold on him.
The pause.
Yeah, you do like
Lily's reaction. Cool, love that.
Yeah, so awkward.
This is I noted this as well because I wanted to praise you for this, Tahj, because your silences are hysterical on this show. Those little moments where you're just like holding it and like keeping that straight eye contact. You know, you get what I'm saying, right? No, okay, I'll just let it go. Yeah.
I think it's endearing because Moog, he really just wants to be heard and seen how he wants to be seen. So he's always just like, right? You heard me, right? Like, okay, no, all right, okay. So yeah, I definitely wanted to play those silent moments up.
I crave those moments to see him do those when that awkward guy who's trying to fit in. It's my favorite thing to watch him do those. They're so good. It's so sad, but it's Bill. Like it's so entertaining.
It's so sad. It's so
it really
sad.
is.
And even at we're not there yet, but at the party, even like she disappears and he's just all right, okay,
We wanted to hold on that even longer. It's so good.
It's the best.
It's just so awkward, and we have all been there, right? All of us have been there.
100%.
All of us.
I felt very seen.
All of us.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm gonna just jump to another scene in another episode, but when when he thinks that Sarah is talking about JJ and Nora down in the basement, and he's like, "Yeah, we were just talking about that. You got? That's not what you meant.
That's not.
Dude, I mean,
okay, never mind.
No, because we all just same thing in 10, right? In 10, when they're standing in front of the shack, the reshack.
Yes.
Are they together? Do you guys know? Are they together?
Because I just, he's been calling me, and I just, are they there?
It's not a big deal, but like, also, like, it kind of is a big
There's
deal.
a cut in there because we had to cut it down because we're like, can we be on this for that long?
Oh, I wish it was that.
I love that.
How dare you guys put me on screen like that without my permission? It's all that is just so like, man, that's exactly what I would do in this situation.
Oh, so good.
So anyway, so Zoot is taking a nap on the couch. He has one shoe off. The shoe starts to levitate. No explanation. A little foreshadowing for something we'll see much later on. Dr. Teeth and Floyd are playing Pong. Nice to see Pong again. And Janice is doing acupuncture on lips. Sticking needles into that puppet. And as you said, Animal is hanging from the ceiling. He kind of jumps in from nowhere above the frame. Can you guys explain how you managed that shot? Like, where exactly is Eric Jacobson?
Yeah, he's there's two ladders on either side of the frame, and there's a board that goes across the top, and they secured him safely with something above to one of the beams, but he's laying on that plank, and he drops his arm down into frame and then pulls it back up. So basically he's just laying on his stomach and reaching over to get him into the shot upside down.
Yeah, it seems simple.
It's one of my favorite things about this show is because a simple shot, well, not simple, but a shot as quick as that, so much goes into it. And it's like, you know, it's so seamlessly done, you wouldn't even realize so much work went into it, but it's just a testament to the crew, and that was super cool for me. And like I said, literally my first day on set, and I'm just like, wow, like Eric's right there.
Yeah.
Let's come down. This is crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I'm wrong about the ladders. That may be old school, what we used to do. I'm trying to remember. Maybe there was something that was actually a little bit more sturdy.
I remember he was on like a full like bed, like he was on like a steel bed, like
right.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering. I think it was supported on each side from the bottom. I don't think we hung it from the top.
No.
I'm trying to right. So there was something. Anyway, our key grip Bodie has worked with the Muppets for so many years. He comes up with these amazing rigs and things that are safe and strong and make sense and quick. Like his team is so amazing. But yeah, it's that idea anyway. Whether it was ladders or some sort of structure that held it up, it was still something like that.
Yeah. Sure, yeah. Nora is talking a big talk about what she's doing for the band. She's fielding calls from sponsors and producers, and every time she spouts out one of these lies, Janice sneezes and she stabs Lips with the acupuncture needle, and he does a little jump. You see his little noodle arms flail a little bit. And Moog is the only one who recognizes that Nora is lying. And you do such a good job of finding that balance between like still being really excited, like you want to produce this album, and like I want to make sure that happens, but also like I got to call you out on your BS.
Yes, and it's for me, that was some of the coolest stuff to play with Moog, is that, you know, he knows about Janice's. He knows that she does that when she does, you know what I mean? So you could see in the scene, he's like, hold up, something's not right. She's sneezing. I know all these producers you're talking about, and they're not around. So how are you? And yeah, it's that balance of like, hey, one, this girl's pretty, right? She's pretty. And she's here helping my favorite band, but she's maybe not here for the right reason. So I need to like figure this out, because even though you're pretty, I don't want you around if you're not here for the right reason.
Right. Totally.
So that's what that scene is all about. Him trying to find his way into how he can help. And yeah, I know what you're doing, but I want to help you. And yeah, finding those little beats of like, because Moog knows, he understands what Lips is talking about when he's mumbling. He just knows. So you can't fool Moog. You cannot fool Moog.
That is true. Yeah.
Joe, can I ask Tahj a quick question about, of course, was it really helpful to have a sense of where, because we got to write the scripts ahead of time, right? That's not always the case. Was that helpful to have those scripts to know where you're kind of headed? So for example, like, because we shot out of order so much, right? So that you knew that in your mind that Janice was allergic. And so you could make that adjustment, have that part of your perspective on all of it. Was that helpful to have all those?
He was gonna, something.
Oh my gosh, I had never been a part of a show where we were able to literally hash out all 10 episodes before even stepping foot onto the set. And even though they went through changes, just like every TV show does, it goes through changes as you're going, it was still that main gist. And that helped tremendously, because especially for Moog, he has such an arc of being sort of, a super fan, then sort of fighting to be heard and wanting this girl to see him as this leading man type thing. There was a journey to get to there. And I remember when we were shooting the last 3 episodes, I was constantly reminding myself, and even when we were doing ADR, his tone switches because he's more comfortable speaking to her. I remember, Bill, we were doing ADR in the very last episode when they're on the bus. Yeah. And I had done the line, but it was kind of like Moog earlier, and so we had to shift it because it's like, no, he's comfortable now. So yeah, that helped tremendously. And shooting out of order is very, very, very hard. But again, when you have the whole thing laid out and you know where the journey's going, it's easier to fit. Yeah. So yeah, Bill, that helped a lot.
Yeah. Interesting. Yep. It's like a big long movie, right?
Yeah.
In a way. Yeah.
So we see the Mayhem on the roof of the shack. This is a new set. We had not been here before. And Zoot has a list of their song ideas. It's Toothpaste, Jordan Allman's Imitation Crab Meat. But that's the shopping list. And then he flips it around in a neat little puppetry trick. I don't know if it's just a rod that's turning, but it looks very natural that he turns that wrist. That I'm sure most people don't notice those things. And on the other side of the list is pizza, bagels, 9-volt batteries, meatless meatballs, and Fritos, which all sound like great Mayhem songs. I would listen to any of those. Jeff, can you please write those?
Done and done.
Great.
That exterior shot before it goes up to the roof, that shot that pushes in and goes up to the roof, that wasn't an actual shot that we did. The shot began at the roof's edge, just below it, and panned up and then found them. But we felt like we needed an establishing thing, and Jeff was like, how can we, is there a shot we can use? There's something we could push in. I don't know, how much time do you think you spent, Jeff, kind of doing notes of trying to get that move? Because it was all digitally done.
Yeah, I mean, we went back and forth a number of times. Well, we wanted to, we knew we were also going to see that roof again. And originally we were going to see it at the end of the episode. But we wanted to establish it up on the roof. So we have to start a little lower. And how much time do you want to spend on the ground? So, it's also one of the first times we're seeing the shack, I think, from the exterior.
That close. Yeah. That close. Yeah. And it was great. That move they created and the VFX was really so cool. Worked out great. Yeah.
At the grocery store, Animal comes in with a cart full of Fritos because it was on the list. And it's a nice little bit of product placement, I presume. No? Was that just you just decided to put Fritos in?
We just wrote it.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was a thing with Fritos or not. It was.
Well, I think the good people at Frito-Lay owe you a little bit of money.
Yeah,
somebody
that's
must
my profession.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
They must have cleared it.
Are they owned by Utz? No, are they? No, that's a different. No.
Did you film in a real grocery store for that, or is that a digital?
It's a market, smaller market, kind of place, grocery.
I want to point out one other thing in the episode. There's sort of a running gag of beeping in the episode, and it goes from it's Pong, so beep beep. Then they're ringing up groceries, beep beep, and then later we find Janice in the hospital with beep. Beep.
Wow. Did not pick up on that.
And it's, if you listen carefully, it's a Morse code, and I'll let listeners figure out what exactly
the beep runner.
Moving on.
It's just a letter E over and over and over again.
Over and over.
Yeah, that's it.
We should have had Zoot at the end go beep.
So that would have made it. Oh, it's so obvious. That's what they were doing.
Oh, they were beeping the whole time.
Yeah.
Over at Waxtown Records, Nora is frantically calling producers and getting nowhere. And she has this list of producers, and she's kind of knocking them out one by one, including Pharrell, Dr. Dre, Missy Elliott, Mark Ronson, and more. I noticed one of those names is Linda Perry from Four Non Blondes, and she's also the executive music producer for Muppets Mayhem. And she wrote a few songs and is performing on a few songs as well. Yep. Nice little Easter egg there.
Totally.
Yeah, did she know about that before you did it, or was that supposed to be a little surprise for her?
I think it was a surprise.
I think we told her.
She knows. Yeah. Maybe she still doesn't. I don't know if she's watched it. I hope she has. I'm sure she's delighted.
I hope so. Penny comes out of her office. She just finished a meeting with JJ, and this is the first time we're seeing JJ, played by Anders Holm. And he's on the tech money side of the business. He's got a new streaming music app, and he wants to buy Waxtown Records.
Who just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Anders!
Happy birthday.
He's so good.
Or happy birthday coming up, because it's now a few weeks after his birthday when this thing gets released.
Right. Oh, yeah.
See you next year.
And he also offers for Nora to run the company after he buys it, and kind of whispers "I love you" under his breath. There's a lot going on with this guy of what he wants. Is he good? Is he bad? How does he feel about her? Is it good intentions or weirdly toxic? And there's a lot to come from JJ. I'm looking forward to unpacking that. Did you get along with him well, Tahj?
No, Tahj, you didn't like him.
Because you have a rivalry.
I literally was just with him the other day. Like, I love that dude. He's so, and I was a fan before. I was a huge Workaholics fan. So to be able to be able to act alongside him and sort of be like an arch nemesis type situation was really fun for me. But again, it's the journey, right? Because Moog at his core is a super fan. He knows all things music. So he sees this guy and he's like, wait, this guy is cool, until he's not anymore.
Right.
But yeah, no, I love Anders. He's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
So great. So funny. Just so dry. His sense of humor is amazing.
Incredible. That I love you under his breath had me
rolling.
My God.
It's so good.
That must have been in the script, right?
Yeah.
It seems like an ad lib. It seems like he just did it in the moment.
No, it's scripted. That's how
scripted.
great he is. Yeah. And then he does nope.
Nope. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That was one of my. I think Anders did so well with that, because you kind of see in his awkward moments similarities between him and Moog, how they are both awkward at their core.
Yeah.
So that was kind of fun for me to, because I wasn't there in the scenes I'm not in with him, obviously. So to be able to see him play his part, and he's just trying to be seen and heard, just like Moog is. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Nora definitely has a type. Nora definitely is.
Yes, exactly.
I was gonna say, because we get a little bit of backstory here, that he used to be the sweaty office bagel boy, and later on in another episode we'll see Nora and JJ together when he was that bagel boy. And Moog is also, not that he's sweaty and not that he's a bagel boy, but he's that same kind of awkward and needs to kind of grow up a little bit in the same industry. They're all in the same music industry. So like, this seems like the kind of guy that Nora would want to be with, and they can kind of grow together in season 2, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not putting ideas in your head, but we'll see.
No idea. Yeah.
So the Mayhem is throwing another party. And this one is, as Janice says, there was a sale on orchids. So she weaved some flower necklaces. Next thing she knew, it's an all-inclusive Icelandic, Oceanic, Pan-Atlantic, coconut bra, Malibu beach party, respectfully representing every continental and coral archipelago, that's a hard word to say, in the world. And Dr.
Written by Adam Goldberg.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out Adam, man.
Bill, are we allowed? Can we?
I don't know, but he wrote that.
As funny as that is, it only works because Dr. Teeth goes, it's a pool party. Like, so matter-of-factly. Hysterical.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically, we were told, a luau, you have to be culturally sensitive. There are all these different people can get upset if you're going to mischaracterize it in some way, shape, or form. And it's Adam who was just like, what are you talking about? And really, I'm going to upset. So let's upset no one by making it for everyone.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And he just sent this out, and the notes back were, okay.
Yeah. It's funny. It's so
great.
Funny.
Yeah. I love when someone can take what seems like a limitation and turn it into an opportunity. And this is a great example of that. Yeah. Because it's a really solid joke. We also see animal fire breathing.
Yes.
How?
As he's wont to do.
As Animal, I'm not surprised that Animal would fire breathe. What I want to know is, how did Animal fire breathe?
He does. He just does. You have to ask him.
He just does.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's something he learned for the show. So I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it did come naturally. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, that wasn't a big deal for him.
Yeah.
He probably had to graduate from fire eating, which feels like a very animal thing. Yeah.
You can't get much out of him. Even if you ask, you don't really get an answer.
Nora starts lying to everybody again. She says everyone's doing great. All the producers are calling. They booked the Hollywood Bowl. What an exciting thing. Janice is sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. She passes out. The solid joke here that I love is Zoot saying she looks yellow.
Yeah, I love that too. He improvised that. We actually shot that. We knew, actually, didn't we go back to shoot?
That's a reshoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about the looking up shot?
Yeah, looking down at her. Yeah, looking up at them. We actually shot it outside of the stages where we shot all of the desert, the virtual wall stages.
Really?
Yeah, we went outside to the parking lot, beneath a tree, and we just gathered around this camera that was pointing up, and we just did several versions of them leaning in. But then Dave threw the thing in about she's yellow.
And I
I
think we
didn't even
flipped
know
it.
that was a reshoot.
And
Yeah.
then,
That's
well, we did both
crazy.
ways. Yeah, we thought you could, because we had to have them in the right places.
Right.
So we did the version where it was them from coming up from the bottom and then coming in from the top to see which would work better, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, it was outside.
I'm learning. This is great. I'm learning so much. I didn't even
Yeah.
know.
Tahj, did any
Right.
of your scripts have Moog saying Mayhead fun fact? Or
Yes. Yeah. That was I ended up not saying that ever, right?
yeah, that was another one of the things.
But yeah, that was like Moog's like thing for
Yeah,
a while.
like your
every
catchphrase,
episode
yeah.
he would say that.
Yeah, and you still do give things. I mean, certainly in 7, you're there with all the facts, but it was
Right.
deemed unattractive. It was too geeky.
I just don't. I don't announce every fact anymore.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. You had this information. It's just, but to announce it as a Mayhem fun fact
Yeah.
was too much.
Well, it turns out that Janice is allergic to all forms of fraudulent falsities and general malarkey. Oh, wow. That's another hard thing to say. General malarkey. She's saying lies, but Zoot thinks that she's saying lice. They all start itching. And they assume someone must be lying to them. Nora's not coming clean, so Moog does. And you admit that you had not been to every Mayhem show. You got pink eye in 2014. You missed the show in New Jersey. The band is aghast. And I love this because you're like, I'm going to do the right thing. You jump in. And there's almost that moment where you're like, was that the right thing? And you kind of look toward Nora, be like, I saved you. Now you save me. She's not biting. Nope. She's actually doubling down.
I think he was just trying. He was trying to give her a little nudge, like, hey, I'm admitting something I've done. It's your turn now. This is really your fault. So, but yeah, no, she wasn't, she didn't want to do it.
Get to Moog.
Another great example.
Yeah.
Another great example of Moog, who you're able to say so much with just widening your eyes a little bit and making direct eye contact with somebody. It's terrific.
Thank you.
And then out of nowhere, Animal shows up with another gift for Nora. It's a goat. It's Darren the goat.
Darren, yeah.
Yep.
What a choice to have a real life goat on set for this. Were there any issues with having a goat around the Muppets?
No.
He didn't try to eat the Muppets or anything like that?
No, actually, Darren was I'll give it Darren was a female.
Right. What was her name again?
Karen. I can't remember.
But she was so sweet. I remember leaving work because later in the episode, obviously I'm walking Darren. But I remember going to work that day and I was kind of nervous because I had never worked with a goat before. And I was like, what are goats like? And I remember driving home from work that day. I was missing the goat. I was like, oh, I had a fun time with you.
Yeah.
So you adopted the goat, of course. That's the end of that story. Yeah. Now you own a goat.
The goat's actually here right now.
She was super sweet, and she actually didn't want to leave. It took Lily a bit to get her to go
it off.
Yeah, she had to kind of keep work. It took us a little while just to get Darren to leave, but she wasn't trouble with the puppets or anything like that, or going potty.
Sure. Yeah.
That didn't happen. We were okay.
Oh, it did not happen?
No.
Wow.
I never saw it.
That's a professional goat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her handler was spot on.
Yeah.
Nice. So Hannah has some advice for Nora. She says a lie is just an untruth waiting to be made real. So she's just got to, make those lies real. So one of the lies that she told was that Zed is going to produce the new album. So she goes looking for him in Runyon Canyon. Is this actually Runyon Canyon? I don't know anything about Southern California
the actual
geography.
One. Not where we shot it, but it looks similar.
Fair enough.
By the way, here's a Mayhem fun fact. We stopped production. We were writing, but we saw on the monitor the toilet seat, and it did not look enough like an airplane window. So we halted production. Adam did one of his rare storming down to the set and said, "No, we can't do this." And they had to hurry out and find a different toilet seat that looked more like an airplane window.
It's gotta be perfect.
Yeah.
Did you end up taking it from like the restroom on set?
They got one really quick. I didn't want to.
Oh, that's how you get a quick
Taj's
one.
trailer.
They probably had a few of them, and that's
Yes,
the one they
I think that's what it
chose.
was.
And they,
Moog's
had an
trailer.
option.
That's a
And
whole
when
other conversation.
When I say he stormed
Oh my
down,
God.
so polite and kind, and does it in an urging kind of way. But yeah, it was just something that had to be remedied.
So we meet Zed, the producer. He seems very game for the show, but he's obviously not a professional actor. Did you have any, like, were you trying to push him a little bit just to kind of fit the show a little bit more, or were you just letting him do something?
No, he just wanted to do whatever, he wanted any help he could get, any advice, he was really a sweet guy and very natural. I thought he was just himself,
Sure.
and kind of glad that he didn't try and act, he was pretty straightforward with everything and didn't play it up to try and be something that wasn't himself. So I appreciated that.
Yeah, and
what's
what's amazing is he was, because it's a couple of episodes, he was there for quite a few days.
Yeah.
And just from what I saw, just totally generous with his time and
Oh my gosh.
and nice.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because I can call him by his name now. His name's Anton, not because I know him now,
That's right. That's
And
right.
A to Z.
It was just, like Jeff said, he was probably out of all the guest stars was there the longest. So we got to hang out with him a lot, and yeah, he was just he's just a nice dude. Like he's just and just game to play, like just ready to, like Bill was saying, he was great.
Yeah, try anything. He was just great.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, that's what you want out of a celebrity guest star.
Can I just say, while Tahj is here, another favorite moment that I have,
Yeah,
it's really close, is when Tahj is in the booth. It's in a different episode.
Oh my
Tahj is in the
God.
booth, and Zed turns back to him and to Moog, and he says, "Hey, can you hit record?" And the pause and the realization of what just happens to Moog, and Moog goes, "Yes."
It's like even a slight stammer, right?
Yeah, he's just like,
Yes.
"Yeah, I can do that." He's so nervous.
It's a big moment.
Oh my God. Such a great moment. Such a great moment.
How dare you put me on screen like this? Like that
was so good.
Exactly
So
true to form.
Just so sweet.
Yeah.
So Nora is desperately trying to get Zed to participate, but Animal shows up. It turns out that Zed and Animal go way back. And they say hello, but then Zed runs off one way, Darren the goat runs the other way, and Penny at the same time is getting texts from Nora's getting texts from Penny at the same time, waiting for her to pick her up at the hospital. It's a lot at once.
Right, because earlier she has that moment with Penny where Penny says, she's getting her toes done or whatever, and
she's getting her face done.
No, but I mean in that scene she's having her
in the scene
toes done
she's getting a pedicure
after JJ, right? And she says, "I'm going to go have this thing tomorrow." This procedure.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah, pick me up.
Right. So Nora runs to the hospital, and it turns out Janice has been admitted to the same hospital. Moog is waiting there for her at reception. And we get a great audio Easter egg here. We hear someone saying, "Paging Dr. Osnowitz."
Jeff.
Yeah.
Threw that one in there.
That must have been Jeff. Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
As we all know, that's Frank Oz's last name, his original last name. And he's a doctor now. Congratulations, Frank. Past med school.
He did it.
You did it. You did it. So the band is passive.
Sorry, Joe, can I mention something since this is Muppets and puppeteers listening and people going to try things and learn things about puppetry. There's a shot that I think is really simple that you really don't think about, and I think the way it's designed you don't even notice, and it's just a real simple little trick, which is when it cuts to the hospital and Nora and Animal approach, right? They're running towards the desk. You have to think about, well, how do we hide Eric in this situation and not make him too low, right? So he looks too small. And I just put a stack of hospital folders, but there's also an opening between the hospital folders and whatever the receptionist is using. It's like a computer or something. It's just a little gap. And that's where Eric found the hole for Animal's body. But you don't put together that there's somebody down there, right? You know, because the folders are kind of hiding it, but it feels like you're seeing through. And I just thought it just worked really well. You just don't think about it. It feels very natural. It's one of those things that just feels like, oh, well, he's just coming in.
Yeah,
You know?
I love that stuff. Yeah.
That was a cool day for me to be on set, because that was, you know, we shot on location sometimes, but a lot of the times we were on the studio where, you know, we're able to build the sets up high. But this was an actual location where you can't build the sets up high. So for me, I was able to like see how the Muppets work in a real life environment. And like, it blew my mind, you know, seeing David like in the hospital bed, like literally underneath the bed, like for hours. Hours. I'm like, are you good, bro? Like, this is crazy. No. So, but yeah, that day was so cool for me to see, because I remember Eric was on my little rolly.
On the rolly, yeah. I should have mentioned that. That's what he was on, because we were in a real place. Yeah.
And this was the first on location day.
Was it really?
It was all day at the hospital, and then the second scene, which is next, with Janice in the hospital room, and then it was It's Only Rock and Roll, But I Like It. We shot in the park.
Oh, that's right. That night.
This was the first. It was a Friday night. It was a Friday.
Oh. Yeah.
That was a long night. I remember that
long one.
Yeah.
So in the hospital, the band seems to be passive aggressively kind of blaming Moog for putting Janice in the hospital. And Nora finally comes clean, admits she's been lying the whole time. And the second she does that, Janice bolts up and she feels amazing. I wish I could feel that. Without,
that's my favorite Janice line. You all look amazing. Wow, you're amazing. This is amazing.
David's so good. So good.
And like you said, being stuck under there. He's so good. Stuck through this bed that has no space underneath. Oh my God.
I also love how Matt Stone directed the scene with Moog just being so small in the background. Just
right.
Status thing. He's on the outs, and it's Nora that has to come forward and fess up. Smart direction.
Yeah.
Nora kind of runs off, but as she's going off, we hear Floyd. This sounds all like it was not scripted, but Floyd tells Janice that Lips thought that she had died. And
you died.
This is the first in a running gag for Lips, that he thinks that people have died, which is hysterical. And if this was an ad lib, then that's great.
It was.
Yeah.
He either thinks that they died or that they haven't died yet.
Yeah, something about death. Lips goes right to death.
And he just consistently, and I mean, we heard this, and we're like, well, that's staying. It's great. Hilarious,
Yeah.
That was hysterical, yeah. Nora finds Penny, and her head is all wrapped up in gauze, including her glasses. It's just a great visual. And she's in a wheelchair. So can you explain to me where Leslie is in that scene?
She's underneath. We opened up the whole bottom of it, got everything out of the way and created a little seat in there for her down below. So she's under it, not the easiest place to be. She has to have a monitor in her lap and all of that, but I mean, it could be worse, but she had a seat, and we tried to make her as comfortable as possible, but yeah, she's right under Penny.
It's just one of those weird things, like you were talking about with the hospital bed, where, number one, we're not supposed to think about where the puppeteers are. So I often forget to think about it. And number two, when you see the shot, when you see her like wheeling the wheelchair, and you think about there's a whole human being in there, like how?
Well, that's how big Penny is.
Yeah. That's true.
Penny, Penny, that I remember the first time I saw, I was like, oh, and then Leslie explaining how she has to get it on, like there's like it's almost like a backpack, and then it's I don't know how she did
with
that.
a rod that goes up and supports her, and because she's doing her left hand as well. She does her live left hand, and she's doing her body and her head. And yeah, it was tricky in the wheelchair for sure, but she managed to pull it off. It looks great.
Back at the shack, the band is still kind of shook over this revelation that show business is steeped in lies. But Zoot assures them we'll always have used car salesmen and politicians.
Can I, before we get into this scene, every once in a while when you're in production, you have to make compromises due to time and or budget. And those hurt. And this was the only one of the few compromises that I think made the show better. And it was a time constraint, right, Bill? We didn't have access. This scene was supposed to take place on the roof.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
And we were... I don't remember what the complication was. We didn't have the roof. We were going to take down the roof set, which we later see.
Yeah, I don't think we had.
What?
I don't think we had the roof yet. Because I think we shot this before we did the roof.
I may be. And they're like, really, truly, do you guys need this? Can you think of this scene that again was supposed to take place on the roof? Can you think of another way to do this? And we're like, well, what's easy? They're like, obviously, anything in the shack is easy. And so that's when they were going to sing True Colors on the roof, which is nice. But then we came up with, wait a second, what if during this whole scene they're setting up lava lamps? Like, seriously, get the most lava lamps you could possibly get. And let's set that up so that when she does sing True Colors, that all of a sudden all those lava lamps light up and visually it'll be gorgeous. And, they'll literally...
That scene, I must admit, that scene made me tear up. I'm not even lying.
Me too.
It was just, it was, I was like, okay, this is I'm crying. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah,
I mean, between Lily's performance, which is so genuine and real, and then David's performance on the song,
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
And then the comedy beats within the heartfeltness, like, oh, you're still singing. Okay, you know what I mean? It was just like, it was so well done. Like, and I'm just like, this show is so special. Like so special.
It was another one of those late nights too. And I just remember going to the set and Lily was just there, just doing, I mean, it was all in the band and she was just there to feed her lines. It's like 11:30, 12:30. She's just so professional and so good and not a complaint. Truly didn't have to be there, but she was,
Yeah.
And it was just
I have something to say about that, actually, that people should, because you guys as the Muppet performers, you don't really need our eye line. Like, you're not looking at, like, you know what I mean?
But if you're not in the shot, if
right.
if you're doing coverage of us looking at someone, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But we, as an actor, we want to be there to, like, because it's so, like, again, we constantly are forgetting that Bill is under there or that David is under, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, no, I want to be in this scene fully with this Muppet. And it's just, that was an example of, I'm sure with Lily, how she just loved being there while you guys were doing your coverage, because it's just so cool to watch.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's, not everybody does. There's certainly a lot of instances where people don't feel that they need to be there, and it's really helpful for us, because you never know what can happen too. On your coverage, somebody could do something that sparks something new that you didn't do, right? So
exactly,
it applies to people as well as Muppets.
It's also very technical. So, like, in this scene, for example, Zoot had to turn and take that picture, and the way we did the Polaroid was with like this remote app, right? That just caused it to go off. And sometimes that would not go off, or sometimes the flash wouldn't show up on the 24 frames per second recording. So you have to make sure that you get that flash at that moment. And again, just patience of everyone, on the crew, working, cast, Lily, everyone, just trying to get the best thing. I have a collection of all of Zoot's Polaroids somewhere. Just all the real ones that fell out of that camera.
Oh, that's fun.
Talking about the roof, I don't think we did shoot the roof yet, because it was a one-off still until we did that. They were going to play on the roof at the end of seven. I think then we built the roof because we thought, well, we have two scenes now that we can shoot on that swing set. You know what I mean?
Was it just like a time thing? Were they still building the roof?
Yeah, I don't think we had the roof yet.
Okay.
And so it was about, well, how can we, because it's not ready, and we need to shoot out this episode. Is there some, can you help us? Can we, you know, find a way to do this scene now?
I mean, and truly, it honestly makes the episode better. I mean, True Colors and seeing all those colors, those lava lamps and the lens flares.
It's a beautiful scene, and it's what I love about it is like it's a sweet song with the lava lamps. It feels like such an easy, I don't know how easy it was for you, but like an easy, practical, like we're just doing a little music video here without lots of cuts, special effects, weird puppetry tricks, whatever. And like, because we don't need that with a great Mayhem song. And I do want to talk a little bit about the song and about Cyndi Lauper, who originally recorded True Colors, who she doesn't have much of a Muppet connection. She appeared on a Sesame Street direct-to-video once. We found some photos of her with Rizzo the Rat, but we have no idea what they're from.
Muppet Magazine?
She wasn't in Muppet Magazine, but Heather Henson is on Muppet Magazine dressed as Cyndi Lauper. So it's not Cyndi Lauper herself.
Well, that's the connection, clearly.
That's the
big connection.
right there.
That's it.
And True Colors, the song, is featured on the 2015 Muppet sitcom. It's revealed that Fozzie Bear cries every time he hears the song. And Ricky Lindholm sings it. It's at one point. And it also appears in a Sesame Street live show called Elmo's Coloring Book. I'm kind of curious to hear that.
That's the reference we were going for.
That's what you're going for. You're like, everyone's going to get this is from Elmo's Coloring Book.
And I believe it's Sesame Street Live. Am I right?
Yeah, right. It's pronounced Live. Right.
Yeah.
So Nora takes the band on a hike. We're back in the park. Moog is walking Darren. You get your Darren moment here. And Hannah points out that Nora might be falling for the awkward guy. And she says he's not my type. And then we hear Janice sneeze. So we're planting some seeds here.
Love it. I love it. It's my favorite part of the whole show. I'm like, girl, you know you like Moog.
Yeah. So Moog, Tahj, were you walking with Darren the goat on the hill?
Yes, not for the actual pull part.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really That's why I was like, I had anxiety that day. I'm like, how do you walk a goat? Like, how do you walk a goat?
Bill, it seems like the goat walks you, but yeah.
But yeah, the goat was great.
Checklist. What other animals have you worked with?
I've worked with a goat. Oh, I've worked with the chimp.
Oh.
I've worked with a goat, obviously dogs. Babies aren't animals, but I've worked with babies. There's a joke on set where people say never work with babies or pets. Yeah. So I just but I enjoyed all of my experiences working with babies. For 6 seasons of Baby Daddy, I was surrounded by babies.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, not too many animals though.
Animal?
Yeah.
You worked with that animal.
That is he's the only one that matters.
That's right. Yeah. Well, maybe season 2 will have another real life animal for you to check off your list.
There you go.
What animal would you not want to work with? Out of curiosity.
I do not like snakes, so like I just cannot. No, Jeff, don't, Jeff. This is right when you asked me that, I'm like, why am I answering this question?
Why would you say that?
This question?
But we were just talking about in another episode, a different episode, when they go to the desert, we had that running thing with you and Animal and the snake, right?
That got cut. It was so yes, it's sad that it got cut, but it was so fun to shoot. Like, it's totally fine. Great. Like, you know what I mean? Those were my favorite moments. And I realized, when you're doing a half-hour show, not everything will be able to be, used, but there were so many moments where we were doing things in the background. There's one with the popcorn.
Oh yeah, the popcorn.
Me and Animal. You guys we kept a little bit of that.
A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Sort of eyeing the popcorn as I'm putting it in.
The snake thing is great because you're like, the snake thing is great. You're like, what do you got there, buddy? What is it? Oh, God. That was great.
Yep.
So back to this episode. Everyone gets to the top of the hike. We get this beautiful view of Los Angeles. And of course, it looks a little smoggy because that's how Los Angeles looks all the time. Lips's phone rings, and his ringtone is the do 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 part of Mana Mana. And he answers the phone and he says Mana Mana, which is a great little Easter egg for the fans. I think most people probably got that one.
Oh yeah.
It's for Nora. It's Karma calling. Who could it be? I don't know. It's a cliffhanger. Disney Plus is gonna love this. And that's where we end our episode.
You know that shot of the city of LA? It's the line, Jeff. What's the line with it's something like you couldn't Sarah
fake this.
says
You couldn't.
Yeah, you couldn't make this
on a green screen. It's literally something about a green screen.
Yeah, and that is a green screen shot.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. At the premiere, I remember laughing at that. I was like, oh, I see.
The deep irony of her, like, come on, Hannah, get out away from your green screen and live a little. Only to do it. And here's the thing: when we first saw it, our editors just comped it. Like, you could just key it out, like, in the Avid and do like a dirty comp, and it was the worst thing.
Yeah, it looked awful.
Seen. And we're like, oh God, how are we gonna do this? But again, you give it to Soapbox, and
amazing.
And it looked pretty magical.
Yeah, add a little bit of smog. That's how you do it.
Totally.
That's how you mask it.
That's right. Much more than that, but it's great. Yeah. I had a running thing with Tahj that he was so patient and put up with me, but I knew I could do it because of how good he is, right? So I knew right away, this guy, he's fine. He's giving us gold. Like, every take is great. There's always something new. It's always really good. So I made it my business to I would kind of be next to the camera, kind of watching, and he would do this take, and then I would go, Jesus Christ,
what?
like what is going on? What was that? And I'd walk away.
You wouldn't even, Bill. You need to really say what you, because sometimes he wouldn't even be there. He would come from his chair and come right next to the camera and be like, "Bruh,
yeah,
what the hell?"
Or even just more subtle, just like
during the tape.
Yeah, just shaking my head. No, like, this is not working.
It was great. It was great. I loved every second of it, Bill. I freaking love it.
Oh, it was fun. You put up.
I'm so glad, because that would give me anxiety out my ears. Love, like, haha, what a good joke. It is a joke, right? It's a joke.
That's just, but from day one, that's just how the cast and the crew were. Like, and you got to be on your toes around the Muppets, man. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be on your toes, and I knew that going into it, and so I love that. I love it. It makes it fun.
Tahj, what was your favorite scene to shoot?
Easy. It's the desert episode where I'm in the van and I have Animal and Lips on me. For like that, to me, what I look at that picture now in my phone and I'm just like, I posted it actually. It's just it's like all my dreams. Like, to have Animal and Lips just nuzzling. And fun fact, I know this not this Mayhem fun fact.
There you go.
It's not this. It's not this.
They were right. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
I actually got to. I remember Eric during that scene going, "Hey, do you want to help me like place my hand?" So I actually got to hold control one of his hands in that scene as well. So to me, it was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. So yeah, that was my definitely favorite scene to shoot. It was just, I loved it.
Awesome.
You almost mentioned earlier Moog's trailer. Did you have any fond memories or stories about that?
It's a testament to the attention to detail of this show. Like, no corners were cut, and I think you could see when you watch it. But yeah, Moog's trailer sort of went through a rehaul, I guess. It looked different.
Transitioned.
Yeah, rehaul of the U-Haul.
Yeah, it transitioned. It looked different from what you see in the show, it didn't always look like that.
Interior.
So the interior,
Right.
yes, the
Yes,
interior.
the interior.
The exterior is
so
a
that
work of
was-
art.
Yes. So that was just Adam Goldberg, he is a genius. He knows what he wants. And that was just, I got to see 2 versions of Moog's trailer, which I didn't even ask for. And it was really cool.
That's great. Yeah, I do love the exterior of that. There's I remember seeing it for the first time and going like, I need that sticker, I need that sticker, I need that on a t-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah, I spent like hours. I would always see a new sticker that I hadn't seen before. And it was just cool. Like, wow, like that's my trailer, like I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. But yeah, there's so many bumper stickers on that thing that were just hilarious. And actually I have a picture of it in my phone, but in the original trailer, there was an autographed photo from Janice to Moog. And I loved it so much. I'll probably end up cropping it and like printing it out just so it seems like I have an autographed picture of Janice in my own office. But yeah, just so many little things that like, you wouldn't even know were there, but it's just the details that were so fun to see on set every day.
Oh, absolutely. Do you have any other memories that you want to share from anything in the series before we start wrapping up?
Anything you want to say great about me?
Yeah. How do you like that Bill guy?
Jeff is great. Jeff is so great. Jeff, who else? Jeff. As far as people on this call, Jeff. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
No, I freaking love you, Bill. Come on, Bill. No, I think I guess overall, it's just, to be able to see Bill and the rest of the Muppet performers, what they do is mind-boggling. Like it blew my mind. And again, the attention to detail, the amount of things that they're doing at one time. And I'm over here just trying to say my lines, and they're controlling someone at the same time. They're even singing at times. Like, and it's just like, that was another thing that always blew my mind. Whenever on set, you guys were like rehearsing a song that you had just like you were in the studio the day before or something, and I would hear glimpses of you guys like singing it. I'm like, these guys really can sing. Like, like Bill, your voice is like really good. Like,
Bill has the best voice.
And like Matt Vogel, like just hearing you guys sing, like not without even trying on set, I was just like, man, they really are like the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, did you you kind of knew Lily before you started?
Yes,
a little bit.
Yes, though. I knew Lily just very. She is friends with one of my sisters.
Right.
So I had met Lily at my sister's baby shower years ago.
So
wow.
And now you guys could not be closer now.
No, that is my Lily. Here's another cool story for you. Some days we weren't on set together, and anytime I was off and she was on set or vice versa, we literally would be texting each other going like, I can't do it, where are you? Where are you? Please come back. Why aren't you here? Or if one of us had to, finished up early, we're like, no, you're not going anywhere, stay,
nice.
So that is my, that's my girl. She's, and it's hard to come by people like Lily, who have so much. She's done so much. She's a huge deal, and she's humble, and she's and she's on set telling me, she's like, I'm learning, like telling me what I'm teaching her or what she's learning from me, or giving me props, and I'm like, no, you're amazing. Like this is, and for this to be her first like lead, and the fact that she was able to like do what she did in this is. It's incredible. She's so talented. I love that woman dearly.
Yeah, and she's not the social media presence is a very different attitude to all this, right?
Mm-hmm.
What she did with this character is so good. It's just real,
Yeah.
And but she enhances it. All of you actually have this same unique talent, which is to be grounded being real, but finding those moments to highlight and to play and to find, the little bit of extra comedy, a little bit of extra, and that's there when it's necessary. It's
necessary.
Like, less is more. And you all played it so well with the Muppets, because a lot of people try and match the Muppets, that energy, that
right.
And
that that's what I
state.
appreciate you guys for, because before we went into it, I was talking with our one of our directors, Matt Sohn, and it was just the importance of keeping it grounded in a reality, because this is real life, for these people. This is life. There are Muppets in life, it's not like a Muppet, wow, like it's like, no, like this is life. Yeah. So keeping that at the forefront of, like, yes, I'm speaking to a puppet that is very colorful, but this is real. Like, this is a real being. Yeah. And I think that's what makes the show so special, because you forget that it's puppets and you just get lost in the reality of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't come unless you're taking the scene to be reality. And so we had to keep it grounded. And it was fun to find those moments of, like, okay, where can I play up a little bit more of Moog here, or it was fun for me to find those moments. And you guys made it easy too, because when I would see if you guys were doing a little something that was a little leeway for me to, like, okay, let me, so it was a give and take. It was great.
I have two more questions. What did you think of the smart guy reference?
Okay, I must tell you, people love that, by the way.
Cool. What did you think?
People love I love it. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like to be honest, there's so many little little hints as far as Muppets go, little Easter eggs. So to have my own little Easter egg in there was, like, very special for me. So thank you.
Yeah, of course. And my other question, did you take any, besides the wardrobe, did you take anything else from the set? And I'm just asking, not, for security.
I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to think. Did I?
Not that Janice picture, clearly.
No, I don't think I did.
Where is the trailer? If that's, I guess, what I want to know.
Actually,
someone took the trailer.
Yeah.
You stole the hearts of everyone on set.
That's true.
That's what you stole. And everyone watching. Tahj, thank you so much for joining us for this podcast. This was an absolute blast to get to talk to you, and thank you for everything you brought to Moog. He's a fantastic character, and I really hope we get to see more of him at some point.
Thank you so much. It is an honor. That's all I can say. An honor. I love Moog dearly.
Thank goodness for all the CG that the VFX people did on Tahj.
Yes. Yeah.
To really bring a lot of the expressions that weren't there.
This is another running joke. This is another running joke of ours. If you're a little confused, it's because we have so many of these little running jokes that I feel like even in the group chat, Bill, no one really knows what we're talking about.
It's okay.
Whatever you guys did, Moog came out very lifelike.
The VFX Soapbox did amazing stuff on his face, mostly his face, but because it was kind of flat. But they really brought out all the expressions and made it feel alive.
Yeah, he's very lifelike.
Yeah, I still feel part of the character in some way, So it's
great. Your voice. It's your voice.
It's my voice. It's my voice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for being here. Bill, Jeff, thank you both for being here as well. Hope to see you again next week. And thanks everyone for listening. We'll be back with more Muppets Mayhem real soon. The Muppets Mayhem Backstage Pass is brought to you by ToughPigs.com. Produced, written, and hosted by Joe Hennis. Logo art by Dave Hultine Jr. The Muppets Mayhem mark and logo, characters, and elements are trademarks of the Muppet Studio. All rights reserved. Transcriptions provided by Katie Lynn Miller. The Muppets Mayhem end credits written by Mick Giacchino is used with permission. Special thanks to the Muppet Studio, Disney Plus, and the entire Muppets Mayhem family. For more from Tough Pigs, find us at Tough Pigs on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Patreon. Thanks for listening, and until next time, rock on!